Good afternoon everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is CC Crow and today we are going to be opening the Dinosmasher'S Fury structure deck. Now this released originally back in 2017 and you get kind of your usual thing with this. So 41 cards in the deck, you get 2 ultra rares, 3 super rares, a token as well, the beginner's guide and your playmat as well. So what we're also going to do is once I've opened this up, we are going to make a hopefully semi-competitive deck using just 3 of these. Just mainly aimed at sort of the kind of returning Yu-Gi-Oh players, people who haven't played in a while, want to get back into the game on a bit of a budget. Now this one in particular, I managed to pick these 3 all up for just, I think it was £22.95, 23 quid from website Captain's Cards. I've used these a couple of times now, again in the previous video, and absolutely quality. You tend to get your cards really quickly. Always in great condition as well, and yeah, really enjoy using them. So go and check out the website. I'll leave the link in the description. But without further ado, I will get this thing open for you guys. So pop the other 2 out the way to start with. One thing that brings back memories is the feeling of opening a structure deck. Used to love it. I remember back in the day they used to give it you with the like the plastic kind of container for it on the inside, just to keep it all in place. But now, obviously it's done so that it's all kind of just in the cardboard box. Struggling to get in this, sorry. Let's get in the bottom of it for the cards then. Right. There we go. So, that's that there. In fact, what I'll do as well is I'll show you the back. So this is the usual kind of back you normally see on most structure decks nowadays. Obviously gives you the full list of the cards that you tend to get in the deck. Shows you the playmat that you'll get as well, and basically just a few little bits and bobs about it, so really cool. One of my favourite decks of kind of recent years. Let's see the playmat first as well, because this I think is going to look nice. So let's have a look. This being slightly older, obviously your pendulum zones are slightly different to what they are nowadays with Master Rule 5, so your pendulum zone's still on the outside and your 5 spell and trap zones in there already. No extra monster zone, but like I say, aimed at kind of the sort of returning Yu-Gi-Oh player that hasn't played in a while, but really nice artwork on there, so yeah, really like that. And then on the back, again, gives you the usual sort of thing. So starts you off with kind of a beginner's guide, how to use the deck, a few kind of different combos you can use, and then again, as they usually do, shows you how to kind of power it up with different packs. So things like Invasion, Vengeance, Raging Tempest, all that sort of stuff really, and little cards that you can add. Things like your extra deck as well, so Evil Zarlagia, things like that you see. But yeah, really interesting. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into opening the actual deck. Once I can find, there we go, the opening. There we go. And then something else you've been getting recently with these is the advertisement for Duel Links as well on the back, which is quite interesting, and Legacy of the Duelist as well. And one for Eternity Code, because obviously this is the reloaded version, so this has only just come out recently, so, but there you go. And then Dinosmasher'S Fury on there for you, so that's quite cool. Bro, so let's have a look at the actual deck that you get firstly then. So, firstly, Petit Pteranodon, butchered that name. So that's your first ultra rare. Now basically this is just kind of a searcher card, so if this gets destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon a level 4 or higher dinosaur type monster from your deck, but it can't attack the first turn that gets summoned. You've then got the boss monster, and personally the best monster, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Stunning artwork, looks amazing in that ultra rare holo. And this is just a big beater, realistically. 3500 attack, 3200 defense. The only kind of slight condition, you have to special summon it first by banishing 2 dinosaur type monsters from your graveyard. So a bit easier than kind of a normal tribute summon for a high level monster. And a great effect as well. It's basically like a Quaker Mirror Force but with legs, so really good card. Soul Eating Oviraptor, really cool artwork as well, super rare. And that again is another searcher basically for you to either add a monster from your deck to your hand or deck to graveyard. And then you've got Lost World, the spell card, field card spell for the deck as well. And Survival's End is the other super rare in there as well, decent trap card. You've got Dinosmasher'S, Sabersaurus, and another Sabersaurus, and another Dinosmasher'S. Weird how they put that after the other Sabersaurus. Superconductor Tyranno, Ultimate Tyranno, Super Ancient Dino Beast, Sauropod Brachion, Tyranno Infinity. Bit of a gimmick card, but fairly decent effect to be fair. Especially for a level 4, because if you're banishing monsters to summon things like your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and basically you get 1,000 attack points times the amount of dinosaur type monsters that you've banished. So say you've summoned 2 Ultimate Conductor Tyrannos in your match so far, 4,000 attack straight away for a level 4 monster. Then you've got Black Brachios, Miracle Jurassic Egg, Gillosaurus, Baby Cerosaurus, Miscellaneousaurus, good card again, Evil Swarm Salamandra, Stegocyber, Trifor Tresops, Skelosaurus, Tubone, and Rescue Rabbit as well. Decent card to have in the deck, to be fair. And then onto the spells, you've got Fossil Dig, Big Evolution Pill, Twin Twisters, great card to get printed in a structure deck. Burial from a Different Dimension, especially with banished monsters, great card to have. Swords of Concealing Light, Painful Decision, Unexpected Die, Terraforming. It's such a shame that they've got that down to 1 at the minute. Survival of the Fittest onto the traps, Fossil Excavation, Extinction of Schedule, Ojama Trio, Nightmare Archfiends, Quaking Mirror Force, Grand Horn of Heaven, and Secret Blast. And then you've got your Jura Egg token as well, which is just a common, but still nice artwork. And to be fair, I do like collecting my tokens, so that'll have to go in the binder, I think, to start with. But yeah, so nice little deck, to be fair. And like I said, what we're going to do now is I'm going to build, like I say, a bit of a budget deck with just the 3 structure decks to start with. And we'll have a look at that in a minute. So without further ado, let's get to that. Cool. And so that's the deck, I think, profile done, personally. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get it all sleeved up, and then I'll run through it with you once they're in those the nice new sleeves. What I'm going for today is the Ultra Pro Matte Black Protectors. Just thought black would be quite cool, to be fair, with the dinosaur deck. So we'll get through that, and then I'll show you the deck profile in just a second. Okay, so now that they're all sleeved up, let's go through the profile. So also decided to sleeve up the tokens just because, you know, you can always do with tokens, especially with the deck that we're playing. So the Jura Egg tokens all sleeved up, 1, 2, 3, looking nice in those matte black sleeves. But let's go through the deck profile. So to start with, you're going to definitely need 3 of your boss monster, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. And the main reason is obviously it's the strongest monster in the deck, and personally it's got the best effect in terms of all your boss monsters. So long story short, firstly to summon it, it needs to be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 dinosaur type monsters from your graveyard. Now, once per turn, during either player's main phase, you can destroy 1 monster in your hand or field, and if you do, change all face-up monsters your opponent controls to face-down defense position. So like I say, it's basically a Quaking Mirror Force on legs. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each, which is another great card effect. And at the start of the damage step, if this card attacks a defense position monster, you can inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent, and if you do, send that defense position monster to the graveyard. So you've got 2 choices basically. Once it's on the field, you can activate its effect to make it basically, like I say, Quaking Mirror Force, turn everything on your opponent's side of the field to face down, and then use its second effect to basically destroy all of your opponent's monsters for 1,000 damage each, so ranging from 1,000 to 5,000 defense. And you can do that with just 1, because like I say, obviously 1 Ultimate Conductor Tyranno can attack each monster on your opponent's side of the field. So then next, what you're going to want is 3 Soul Eating Oviraptor. Basically this effect is, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can take 1 dinosaur type monster from your deck and add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can target 1 other level 4 monster or lower dinosaur type monster on the field, destroy it, then special summon 1 dinosaur type monster from your graveyard in defense position, and you can only use each effect of Soul Eating Oviraptor once per turn. So basically, good searcher. This is what you're going to be using to search monsters from your deck, whether it is obviously Ultimate Conductor Tyranno or any other. And basically, obviously it's secondary effect. If you've already special summoned just Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, you could then use the effect Soul Eating Oviraptor to special summon it back from the graveyard. So basically like a Monster Reborn, obviously it would have to be in defense position when you first summon it, but with a defense of 3,200, there's not much that's going to get past it really, to be fair. So Next up, we're also going to be playing 3 Petit Pteranodon. And basically this card, if it is destroyed by a card effect sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 level 4 or higher dinosaur type monster from your deck, but it can't attack this turn. So the only real one that you're going to be searching with that is just your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. And yeah, it's as simple as that. So running 3 of them just for easy searching again, basically. Now what you've got next is 3 Miscellaneousaurus. Obvious choice really, but a couple of reasons. One, basically you can send it to the graveyard from your hand, and during the main phase all dinosaur type monsters you control are unaffected by opponent's card effects, so that's your whole deck basically. You can banish any number of dinosaur type monsters from your graveyard, including Miscellaneousaurus, and special summon 1 dinosaur type monster from your deck with a level equal to the total number of monsters banished to activate this effect. So we'll get into it a little bit further on, but we have also got Tyranno Infinity in there, which obviously gets an attack boost off of banished monsters. So if you really wanted, you can banish 4 monsters, including that one. Special summon Tyranno Infinity from the deck, and it's already got 4,000 attack straight away, so obvious choice realistically. Next up, we've then got 3 Baby Cerosaurus. Same reason basically as Petit Pteranodon, but kind of the opposite at the same time, because again it's a searcher. If it gets destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 or lower dinosaur type monster from your deck. So that, other than your UCT, is every single monster you've got in your deck, and yeah, simple as that. The other great thing with this is it's not restricted, because you can attack the turn it's summoned with this, whereas with Petit Pteranodon you have to wait till your next turn for that monster to be able to attack, and that's why that's in there. And then, for some quick beat sticks, we've got 3 Dinosmasher'S. Obviously no effect, but level 4 monster, easy to summon, 2,000 attack. It's as simple as that really. What we've then also gone for is your last 3 monsters. So like I say, firstly, 2 Tyranno Infinity, and that's purely through the fact that you're going to be banishing quite a few of your monsters throughout the game, and obviously trying to affect UCT off so you can get it into the field. Also, like I said earlier, using the effect of Miscellaneousaurus, and regardless of what the other players got on the board, if you're summoning this and you've got say 6, 7, 8 monsters banished already, it's going to have a big attack, and there's not much that's going to be able to defeat it. And then lastly, 1 Rescue Rabbit, mainly just so you can summon your Dinosmasher'S from the deck, just to help you kind of get out of any kind of sticky situation. It's not going to win you the match, but it's not going to be a bad choice, to be fair. So that's all your monsters to start with. So then we'll move on to your spell cards, and to start with spells, you're going to want to play 3 Lost World, mainly because this is probably, other than Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, the most broken card in your deck, and an excellent field spell as well. So long story short, effect reads, all monsters on the field lose 500 attack and defense except dinosaur type monsters, so that's everything but your deck. Once per turn, if a dinosaur type monster is normal or special summoned except during the damage step, you can special summon 1 Jura Egg token, which is going to be a dinosaur type, Earth, level 1, attack 0, defense 0, and that's going to the opponent's side of the field in defense position. While your opponent controls the token, they cannot target monsters on the field with the card effects except for tokens. So that is basically going to save your side of the field for a little bit, just purely for the fact that if there is a token on their side of the field, they've got to target that with any card effects. Simple as that. Also, it reads, once per turn, if a normal monster on the field would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy that many dinosaur type monsters in your hand or deck instead. So, simple as that really. Moving on, we've then got 3 Fossil Dig. Again, this is just a quick searcher just to get pretty much everything other than your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno from your deck to your hand. So whether it's Soul Eating Oviraptor, whether it's Tyranno Infinity, Petit Pteranodon, Baby Cerosaurus, whatever it is, it's just coming straight to your hand from your deck, so dead easy. Now, we're also going to be playing 3 Twin Twisters. Doesn't need much explanation, great spelling track removal, and yeah, simple as that. It's just going to help to clear your opponent's side of the field as quickly as possible, basically. And with 3, you're going to be able to see it fairly quickly on, hopefully, as long as your deck's shuffled well enough. And obviously these players that sort of like to play stalling games, set a big back row, this is going to help to clear that out. We're then going to play just 2 of Big Evolution Pill, and it's simple. The reason being, obviously, after its card's activation, it remains on the field, but it gets destroyed during your opponent's third end phase. Basically, tribute one dinosaur type monster to activate the effect, and while it's on the field, you can normal summon level 5 or higher dinosaur type monsters without tributing. So if you need to obviously if you've lost your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to the graveyard, or it's been banished, there is a card in a minute that you'll see which will help to get that back into the graveyard or your hand or deck, whatever. And obviously, because it's already been special summoned once, you can then normal and special summon it as you usually would, using tributes. But with Big Evolution Pill, it's going to make it a bit easier. I've gone for just 2 of them because I don't think you need to play the full 3, because it's not going to come up that often when you're going to be using it, especially with it being just a deck which has only got 3 monsters that aren't level 4 or lower. But yeah, simple as that. The card I'm now talking about is Burial from a Different Dimension. So this targets up to 3 banished monsters and you return them into the graveyard. So this is basically just a way to kind of restock your graveyard for banishing monsters for, you know, Miscellaneousaurus's effect, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno's effect, and it's simple as that really. And then, unfortunately, because it's limited, just the 1 terraforming, and that's just going to help you to obviously get Lost World into your hand as quick as possible, basically. So that's the spells. What we're then going to move on to is traps, obviously. Now, I'm not playing many traps. I think it's only 6 we've got in here. But basically, firstly, we're going to play 1 Survival's End. Really good trap card. To be fair, it's not the sort of card where you're going to be using the effect all the time, but it's worth having in your deck anyway. So, effect reads, destroy as many normal monsters on the field as possible. That includes your tokens, because obviously tokens are classed as a normal monster. And if you do, you special summon level 4 or lower dinosaur type monsters from your deck up to the number destroyed, but destroy them during the end phase. So if you've managed to get a few tokens onto your opponent's side of the field, basically what you can do there is just destroy them, summon as many level 4 or lower monsters from your deck to your side of the field really, really quickly, and just hopefully to help you with that kind of win. Also, you can banish this card from your graveyard and then target 1 dinosaur type monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls and destroy them. So it's just a way of getting, you know, a few monsters off your opponent's side of the field. Dead simple, decent effect, worth putting in there. Again, I don't think it needs more than 1, because I don't think it's going to be coming up that often, but at least it's there if you need it. Next, I've put 1 Fossil Excavation in there. And again, decent card, but you're not going to be using it all the time, purely because you're going to be wanting to try and get your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno out as quick as possible. But basically, the effect reads, activate this card by discarding 1 card, and then target 1 dinosaur type monster in your graveyard, special summon it, negate the effects of that monster on the field. When this card leaves the field, it's basically another version of Call of the Haunted, basically, but for dinosaur type monsters. So if you've lost your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno or Tyranno Infinity with a big attack, chuck this down, activate it, continue a spell card, trap card, and you get your monster back. Only difference is, obviously, no effect. So that's simple. We're then going to be playing 2 Quake and Mirror Force, just to add to that Ultimate Conductor Tyranno effect. Like I said earlier, it's basically Quake and Mirror Force on legs, this being the real deal. So basically, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you change all attack position monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position, and all monsters that are changed to face down defense position can't change their battle positions. So that's simple. It's just going to block your opponent, it's going to stall them out, it means they can't attack with those monsters. The only way for them to get rid of them is for you to attack them and destroy them, or for them to tribute them for something else, which isn't going to be, you know, happening that often. But yeah, simple as. And then lastly, last 2, got 2 Grand Horn of Heaven. This was based on the fact that a lot of people nowadays, with the game that's kind of played now, there's a lot of special summoning going on. But the great thing with this is it's another stopper. So during your opponent's main phase, when they would special summon a monster, negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster, then your opponent draws 1 card, then end the main phase. So the minute they try and pop off a special summon, you hit them with this, they ain't doing anything else for the rest of that move, which is the great thing with it. So yeah, simple as that really. That is a deck consisting of 40 cards. Like I say, it isn't the most competitive purely for the fact that you've got no extra deck, and it is made for a budget for, like I said, this was I think $22.95 I paid for it. But for those of you that are getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh that aren't sort of the veterans of the game, people that don't understand all the new kind of summoning methods that have been around for a couple of years now, people that want to play a bit more casually, this is kind of the deck for you. Personally, the Dinosmasher'S Fury structure deck, probably the best one, definitely one of the best ones we've seen ever, realistically. But yeah, other than that, that's the end of the video for today. I just want to say thank you again for watching. Don't forget to hit it with a thumbs up, like it, share it with your friends for more Yu-Gi-Oh goodness, and obviously consider subscribing for more videos. If there's anything else you want to see in future, please just let me know, put a comment in the comment section below. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again.